Hi, I'm Judy Mottl, editor of Retail Customer Experience. I'm here with Daley. He is the head of strategic consulting for Pivotree. So Sean, tell us all about Pivotree.
Hey, good morning. So Pivotree is a frictionless commerce company, and what that really means is we work with clients to make sure that they deliver experiences to their customers that improve profitability, reduce cost, and stay ahead of their competitors.
All right, so what's the big news with Pivotree this year?
Well, I think what we've always aimed for, which is being able to go to a client and be able to work across multiple technologies, so data, supply chain, and e-commerce, so that we can deliver a complete solution, not just a great commerce platform, but a great experience for customers.
All right, so given all the challenges that retailers are dealing with, how do you help solve those challenges?
Well, one of the big things is actually working out what are the problems they need to solve.
Okay.
Like, what are the things that are actually going to move the needle as quickly as possible? Because clients don't want to invest a lot of money and then wait a year to get a return on investment. So it's picking what things do you want to do to move the needle,
right,
and then be able to have fast follows on that's working, so let's do more of that. That's not working, let's kill that and move on to the next thing.
Okay, so how do you compare, or what's your value proposition compared to your competitors?
Well, the big thing is the fact that we work across what we think are the three major pillars: data, supply chain, and e-commerce, and the ability for us to solve complex problems,
right,
but from the client's perspective, make that look seamless.
Okay, so when you're talking to a retail client, are there any misconceptions they may have about kind of making this transformation?
Well, a lot of it is if we build it, they will come, right?
Right.
So one of the big things that misses in a lot of clients' strategy is the change management, the go-to-market strategy. What should they do in what sequence to achieve what outcome? So what metrics are they using to actually monitor what success looks like, and being realistic about that,
right,
and then being able to keep on doing it. So it's not a one and done by any stretch of the imagination. It's a continuous journey with lots of learnings, and being able to bring that into a feedback loop so you can actually say, you know what, we're learning this about our customers. We should be doing more of this.
Right.
And then at the same time, learning lessons, but being able to get that failure value to say, this isn't working, but we're learning this from that event, and we can actually improve other areas.
So that's change management alone is a hurdle. So it's more about, don't tie yourself down to what you've been doing, but to do something different and learn from it, right?
Absolutely. One of the big things I see is a lot of clients just going from analog to digital, like for a one-for-one, as opposed to really thinking, what could they do with this new technology that would really give a great experience to a customer? And that's why we use the term frictionless commerce, because it's not just delivering something, it's delivering something with the least amount of effort, fast, reliable, building that trust factor.
Okay, because the whole point of the e-commerce part, vital for retail today.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's a challenge. So if I'm your new retail customer, what's maybe the first step for me?
Well, I think one of the big things is data around the customer. Okay. So having personalization,
right,
but that's a complex thing, right? So it's a combination of things. It's you've got to raise all boats at the same time.
Right.
So it's not just having great data, it's having great delivery, which you've got to have great supply chain. You've got to have access to data. You've got to be able to do that in real time so you can respond quickly.
Right, and right now a lot of retailers don't even have a grip on their data.
That's one of the big things we see is a lot of data cleanup or data
right,
cleansing that needs to be done. And once again, you got to be careful, because you can get lost in spending a lot of time and effort cleaning data. That doesn't result in a transaction.
Right.
So you got to pick what areas of that, execute, get a result back, look at the metrics, and then go again.
So it's identifying your data and the data that's going to be most valuable.
Absolutely. And also, what are the interactions? So everything's quite dynamic, right? It's an
right,
ecosystem. So it's not just knowing what data is, but what relationships that data has with other elements involved in a transaction.
Right, because it's very expensive taking care of data you don't get any value from.
Absolutely, and that's an issue that we see. A lot of clients bite off big data cleansing projects when
right,
they could be a lot more accurate, get a result quicker, right? And essentially then have revenue coming in that then funds the other projects.
Right.
And also there's a point where it's like, we could keep on cleansing data, but it's not going to achieve any results.
Right.
And then it's also an issue of how do we then set up processes so any new data that's coming in, it gets that same sort of quality and automate it and scale it.
Right, get rid of the old processes that were costing money and and not doing any good for anybody.
Absolutely, and holding things up, holding up decisions,
Right.
holding up customers. And I think one of the big things where customers don't check out is lack of confidence in what they're seeing, lack of confidence around, is it going to get delivered on time?
Right.
Is this the right product? Is it the right size? All of those things have got a subconscious effect on people's buying habits.
Right. Well, it's been great talking with you, Sean. How do people get a hold of Pivotree?
They just go to pivotree.com and we'll get straight back to you.